Welcome, YouTube friends, to the squared circle in the Vargas Vault. This is your masked luchador friend, Vargas. Hi guys, this is Vargas, back at you with a Tales from the Vargas Vault. Memory is not as good as it used to be, especially when, I haven't really slept that well. But I have some free time, kids asleep, wife's doing some other stuff, so I have some free time to record a video. Now, the thing I can't remember is if I've ever done a luchador mask collection. If I have, sorry, but this would be an updated. And if I haven't, then it's totally brand new, so we're golden. But yeah, in this Tales from the Vargas Vault, I wanted to share with you all my updated, almost complete luchador mask collection. Almost complete because I am still missing, of course. I'm always going to miss masks because there's hundreds of luchadors out there, both historic, from different eras, and of course there's always new blood rising up from the indies to the main event. So there's always masks to collect, but I want to go, stir crazy buying everything. Just the iconic masks first, which is what I'm always complete. I always have that complete, and then I'll see some other stuff. But as of now, this is my complete luchador mask collection, with a couple of exceptions I'm gonna mention at the end. But as of now, I have every one of the original classic luchadors that I wanted. So that's why I'm making this video. So after that really long and complicated rambling, let's start off with the first mask I ever bought. I've never been able to find masks as easily before, as I might have mentioned. But this one I found, and it's super cool because it's, of course, the most iconic of the luchadors, the one I grew up watching, and that's El Santo, El Enmascarado de Plata. When I was growing up, they would pass his movies all the time, so I would always watch El Santo versus las Mujeres Vampiro, El Santo versus las Momias de Guanajuato, El Santo contra el Dr. Frankenstein, El Santo versus the Werewolf Women, El Santo versus the Revenge of the Vampire Women. So they would pass Santo movies, and I would just enjoy the hell out of them because I thought it was cool that he was, a vigilante. He was like a James Bond kind of character, and he would also fight supernatural beings just by kicking the hell out of them with luchador moves and, beating zombies and werewolves and vampires with a chokehold or a submission hold, and they would be defeated that way. And it's that type of movie, along with Godzilla and cheesy horror movies and cheesy or kung fu movies, are the ones that, help develop the awesome person that I am today. So Santo is a big part of that. So I grew up watching that. So Santo has always been my favorite, iconic luchador mask. Just love the silver. I love the design of the mask. It's iconic. And I remember very vividly, when I was a little kid, watching the news, and they mentioned that El Santo had died. And I'm like, in my little child mind, I was like, that can't be possible. How could the Santo die if I just saw him on TV in a movie? That makes no sense to me. And it didn't, because I was a dumb little kid. But then his hijo, El Hijo del Santo, took up the reins, and I watched him. So Santo, it's very, very poetic that the first mask that I was able to buy in this wrestling adventure was El Santo, El Enmascarado de Plata, and I love the mask. The next mask that I bought, ironically, is his contemporary. The luchador that in the wrestling ring they had a rivalry. In movies they would share the screen, and that's Blue Demon, the Blue Demon. Blue Demon had a wrestling partner, and in a Máscara contra Máscara mask, a Máscara contra Máscara match, the two wrestlers bet their mask, and whoever loses has to unmask. And if it's a draw, both of them have to unmask. So the mask is very important to a luchador. It's what gives him his identity. It's what gives him, his mystical powers, if you will. It's what allures them. It's what also makes, it helps him get more income because he can sell his mask. So very, very important. It's what stands out with a luchador. That, and of course his wrestling ability. So yeah, very, very important for a luchador to keep his mask. And because it's like some people have always said that wrestling is fake, but mask versus mask, especially with young talent, it's super important to keep the mask. Whoever loses the mask, his career might be over. He might take up a different identity, but it will never be especially if it was a popular wrestler, the loss of his mask can destroy a career. So very important. So Blue Demon had a tag team partner, and El Santo unmasked him. So of course Blue Demon was pissed off at that, and he swore revenge against El Santo. So in the ring they had a very strong rivalry. El Blue Demon was like Vegeta to Goku, and really, really cool matches that they had. Technically speaking, in a wrestling term, point of view, Blue Demon had much more wrestling talent than El Santo. El Santo had charisma. El Santo had a certain air about him that people liked and respected. He was very humble. He was very open, but he wasn't the best wrestler. He was kind of like Hulk Hogan in that sense. And Blue Demon didn't have as much charisma, but he could back it up with wrestling technique. He actually had really good wrestling technique. So he was like Macho Man. So, before Macho Man or Hulk Hogan. So, very, very interesting archetypes between El Santo and Blue Demon. So, really, really happy to get the second mask that I ever bought is a Blue Demon mask. Even though this one doesn't quite look like Blue Demon. The fabric is really cool. I really like the fabric. I really like the color. It's a very blue that pops out, but the design of the mask isn't quite right. Both El Santo and Blue Demon have officially licensed product. They own the name, so they are able to sell their own masks. So the quality is top notch, but it's expensive. If you want to buy a Santo or Blue an original Santo or Blue Demon mask from their store, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So you have to buy the other kind. But of course, not being official, it has a flaw where this is much more solid and cube than it should be. It should be a groove and not a square. But still, super happy to have, and of course it doesn't have this nose thing. I don't know why it has that nose thing. But still, super happy to have, Santo. And then the second mask I ever bought, Blue Demon, who's like his greatest friend and rival. Then, somewhere down the line, I picked up this mask, which I thought was from a luchador, at least a New Blood. But it turns out it's not. It's a generic mask, but I still like it. I'm not complaining. I like this mask a lot. It has the Mexican colors of white, green, and red. I like the red. It's a very shiny, flashy red. The Mexican flag colors. So, I'm not complaining. It's a cool mask. I like this mask a lot. But it's not tied to any, actual wrestler. It's it's actually sold as a Mexicano wrestling mask. Then my mom went to Mexico City, and Triple Mania was going to happen. Triple Mania is like the WrestleMania for WWE, but Triple Mania is from AAA. And the big match was a mask versus mask match between Dr. Wagner Jr., who's a legend in wrestling. He's the son of Dr. Wagner. but his career has spanned so much time, and his mask is one of the most iconic masks recently, because he took the design of Dr. Wagner, which was white, and he inserted all sorts of designs based on Mexican culture, using the Mexican colors, and they are beautiful masks. If you ever watch soccer and you see Mexico play, in the stands you will see fans wearing a Dr. Wagner Jr. mask, and that's what I wanted, because I can't find a Dr. Wagner mask here for some reason. Well, of course, I couldn't find masks anywhere anyway. So I asked my mom if she could find one for me, and she did. And my uncle searched far and wide and was able to get me this beautiful Dr. Wagner mask. So Dr. Wagner is really cool. The Junior actually added these cracks in the mask, which gives it an extra oomph. It has, of course, these Aztec or Mexican eagles and some drawings here and here. And, of course, it's this beautiful, shiny red and green with white, the Mexican colors. This one and the Blue Demon one and others I'm going to show have like a sponge kind of inside, so it's very comfortable to use, but also it gets kind of hot, but it's very, very cool. This one's Lycra. I don't know what's the American equivalent, but it's a stretchy, shiny kind of fabric. So really, really cool mask. I love this mask, and this is my lucky mask, because after I got this mask, it snowballed, and I've been able to get mask after mask after mask until I have my complete collection now. So this, my lucky mask, straight from Mexico City, and it's a cool mask. And unfortunately, in Triple Mania, Dr. Wagner lost his mask to Psycho Clown, but still, iconic mask, beautiful mask. I freaking love this mask. It's my favorite mask. Then, after I got that mask, like I said, I started getting really lucky and getting mask after mask after mask. And the next mask I got is Halcón. This is El Halcón, gold, with an eagle here design and another eagle design here. Really, really cool mask. Also very, very well made. Much like this one and the Blue Demon one. It also has kind of like a sponge inside. So yeah, that's also the masks have different designs and quality. The easiest to get and the more accessible one is this one, the sponge mask. It's mass produced. It's not an official registered product. You know, anyone that has the know-how can produce these. So these are the cheaper, easier masks to get. Then you have the professional kind, which I don't own except one. And, well, the professional one and the semi-professional one. I own one professional one and some semi-professional ones that I'm going to mention, but these are the easiest accessible. El Halcón, of course, is another classic luchador. And when I decided to buy luchador masks, because I got this one, love it, got the Blue Demon one, I was happy. And then I got El Mexicano, and then I got Dr. Wagner, and I'm like, you know what, I want to collect the masks of the wrestlers that I grew up with. So that's the goal of this mask collection, and El Halcón was one of them. Remember him from a number of matches. So super happy that I got El Halcón. And another iconic wrestler that I was super hyped that I got, especially this mask because it's a beautiful mask. Also spongy, but a good quality spongy, and that's Mil Máscaras. Mil Máscaras, of course, also had, like Blue Demon and El Santo, had a movie career. And Mil Máscaras is known for, like, Mil Máscaras is 1,000 masks. So his thing is that he would come in the ring with one mask, rip off the mask, and then have a different mask. So that was his gimmick. He would have a million masks. And it actually has a bunch of designs. I think he has more than 1,000. But I always loved the design and the fact that Mil Máscaras had mask after mask after mask. And his most iconic one is white, but I like this blue one. I found this blue one and it's really cool. Has a eagle design here. His M for Mil Máscaras. A heart. And in an interview, he said that this represents the 5 continents that he's wrestled in. Blue. Love the color blue. So this is a really kick-ass Mil Máscaras mask that I really dig a lot. And the thing about these type of masks is that you can tell they're not, they're mass-produced because the M is a little bit off-center. If it was a semi-professional or even a professional one, it would be more centered. But I don't really mind. These are not cheap masks. They're very well made. The outside is fabric and the inside is a sponge quality. Sure, it has a couple of stitching errors here and there, but it's still a beautiful mask. I freaking love this mask, and I was super happy when that came into the collection too. Then I'm a moron and I don't know where I left it. Ah, there it is. Then for my birthday, my brother went way beyond what I would have asked him to do, but he got me an official professional style mask. Now, unlike the sponge ones, this one also has fabric on the outside, but it's a much higher quality kind of fabric. This one has a stitching, better stitching. The design, of course, is more centered. It's more professional looking. This one closed. Most of these masks have, an opening on the back so you can get your head in. But this one's closed with the Rey Mysterio logo there. His eagle's there. And this one on the inside has a much better quality fabric than just the sponge version. And of course also has these things to make the mask more sturdy. So really my brother went way beyond what I would have asked him to, getting me this professional Rey Mysterio mask. It's a beautiful mask. I love the fabric. I love this. This is my second favorite mask because it's my only professional style mask. The Dr. Wagner one's not professional, but I like the look. This one I also love the look. It's the Mexican flag colors. You got green, you got red, you got white, and it's Rey Mysterio, who's one of my favorite luchadors in WWE. So I love this mask, and if he's watching, thank you, brother, for the professional Rey Mysterio mask. Actually, when we went to the live event, he was looking for this kind of mask, but in all black, which looks really cool. But it's expensive. Professional masks are expensive. I don't know how much he paid for this, but if you paid those kind of prices, bro, you went above and beyond what I would have asked from you. But thank you. Also love this mask. And then I came across this mask. This is like I mentioned in the pickup video, this is a much lower quality mask than the previous one that I've shown. This must be a newer type of production and lower quality masks, but I got it at a good price, and this is another Rey Mysterio mask. This is a camouflage mask. Still to this day, I can't remember where he wore this, because that's the other thing about Rey Mysterio. Throughout his career, he's had different designs of his mask. He just doesn't come out with the same mask. He comes out with a different variant, and he's probably done also 1,000 variants of his design mask, but I saw this, and much like the black one, which looks really cool, this one I thought was really cool. It's camouflaged. Maybe he used it in one of the tribute to the troops. I don't remember. But I really like this camouflage Rey Mysterio mask. And again, because the quality is not as good as the professional one he got me, the stitching's kind of off. The cross isn't, centered. But it's still a good mask. I got it super cheap. But unlike that one, this one's fixed, and you open it from the back. And this one, unfortunately, must be a newer kind of mass-produced thing that they're using, because the inside of this is softer than this kind, but it's also looks a lot cheaper. But also the outside is pretty cool. Now the masks are falling off, and I have nowhere to put them. Okay, the next one I picked up is a different Santo mask. This mask is white, but this one is more silverish. I picked up because I liked it. I like this one, even though it's again kind of old and it's breaking off here. It's not as shiny as it used to be. It's actually losing some of the silver. And so this one's pure silver. So I liked it because it's more representative of the name, the silver wrestler. So yeah, another Santo mask. Another one I picked up is La Parka. Now, this one also has a very, very storied history. He started out in a wrestling promotion as La Parka. And then when he left, it turned out that the rights to the name La Parka were owned by that promotion. So he left, so he changed his name to L.A. Park, La Auténtica Parka, the authentic Parka. And when he left, he changed his design. But this is the AAA version of La Parka. And the new one, L.A. Park, has a different design. But this is the AAA Parka, and I think it's pretty cool. I've always liked La Parka design because it's a hood. It's a Grim Reaper. The quality of this one is better than the camouflage Rey Mysterio. But it's a hood. It's a mask, an actual luchador mask with a hood, and I think that adds so much more to the mask because I think it looks freaking amazing with the little hood and the skull face. The skull face is what really sells it. So La Parka added to the collection. Then recently, I picked up a semi-professional. This is made. I don't think it's real leather. It might be pleather, but this is a semi-professional mask for Extreme Tiger. So Extreme Tiger is a local talent. He's from Tijuana, and he's wrestled in TNA and all over the world. And he was there in the live event that I went to. So really cool to own local talent and support local talent. So this is a semi-professional mask. It doesn't have the backing that the other one has, but the quality is really cool. Has all these things. I just really liked this mask, which is why I bought it. Then, almost done, guys. Also picked up this Cara Mask. Cara Mask is the identity of Místico, who was a wrestler in Mexico, but he signed a contract with WWE. But because the name Místico was owned by the promotion, he couldn't, use that name. So he got himself rebranded as Sin Cara, and he's still active in WWE. He recently had a feud with Baron Corbin, so really cool. But this one also has a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, the Místico went to WWE to become Sin Cara. Then he left, and they replaced him with another guy who used to be Místico. And then that Místico turned into Místesis, and then he left that promotion. But the name was still owned by that one. So now he's, what's his face? He's Carístico. So it's very complicated if you want to keep track of all these wrestlers. But this is still Sin Cara, and I like this one. Also semi-professional, made of fabric with some really cool designs, but it doesn't have the internal one that the professional mask that my brother got me. And this one is also semi-professional, but I really like the design. This is Pentagon Jr. He is a wrestler that took the name of Pentagon Jr., but he altered the design. And to have these things, this symbol, and these things on the back. He was the shadow of Octagon. Pentagon was like the evil version of Octagon, which is one of the masks that I would maybe like to get somewhere down the line. But then he got a mask, and then there were different versions of Pentagon. But Pentagon Jr. altered the design. And when he left the promotion, he couldn't take the name of Pentagon, so he changed his name to Penta Zero M. Penta Zero Fear, and he altered the design even more. He took off the Junior, which is a J and an R for Junior, and he has a really cool look. He's like, he has black makeup here with contact lenses, white contact lenses, and he paints his face like a skull. Really, really cool design. So the semi-professional Pentagon Jr Mask is awesome because I like the way it looks. Then I picked up one of the legends. Like I said, I wanted to buy the masks of the legendary wrestlers when I was growing up. And one of those legendary wrestlers was Huracan Ramirez. I love his design. The blue similar to Blue Demon, but the design is different. His is more like this, and he has these really cool markings. And Huracan Ramirez is actually the creator and innovator of the Huracanada. It's actually based on his name, Huracanada. So really, really iconic wrestler that we had, and I was super happy to own his mask. Also, mentioned this in a pickup video, I got a more authentic looking Blue Demon mask. Like I mentioned in that video, the difference is that this is more grooved instead of a square. The blue isn't as, it doesn't pop as pretty as the first one I have. This one's, I don't know if the light will pick it up, but it looks kind of purplish in some areas, whereas Blue Demon Masks is blue. But still, I don't mind it. You know, I upgraded the Santa Mask to the silver one. I upgraded the Blue Demon Mask to this one that looks more like the mask that Blue Demon uses. Then another luchador that I loved the design of his mask growing up was Tinieblas. Tinieblas, I don't remember him from movies, but I do remember him from TV shows. He in the Capulina show, who was a comedian, he would always get into trouble, and just as he was about to get his ass whipped, Tinieblas, like a guardian angel, would show up and, you know, kick ass and save Capulina. So that was pretty cool. And he was also in some comic books. And the standout thing about him, if you saw my live event video, is that he was accompanied by like a Mexican spirit called Aluche. He's a small wrestler in a suit, but he would always help out Tinieblas and, you know, do stuff for him. But of course, sometimes the Los Rudos or the heels would, you know, beat him up and stuff. But it made his character more cool to have like a companion. And the other thing I love about his mask is the fact that it was all black. Had gold and all black. You could see nothing of his face. In all of the masks I've shown, you can see the eyes, you can see the nose, the mouth, the chin. But in his mask, it was all black. You couldn't see anything. No eyes, nothing. So it gave him an extra bonus of mystery. Like, holy crap, this guy's like, he has no face. And I freaking love that. I love the way that Tinieblas' mask looks, and he's one of the luchadors that I've had the most trouble getting. I could not get a Tinieblas mask anywhere. And until we went to that live event, and I found it, and I love it. And he actually fought. His son, Tinieblas Jr., fought in that event. And he's a tall guy. I mean, really, really tall. I'm blown away by how tall he was. So, yeah. And the last one I picked up, the last iconic mask that I wanted to get, and I could not find until that live event, was Fishman. He was a rudo or a heel for all of his career, and he got the nickname of the Green Venom, El Veneno Verde, because, you know, his mask is green, but he would always mess you up. He was a heel for as long as I remember. I don't remember him ever being a face or a technical, but I like the design of his mask. I've heard it, unfortunately, compared to Kick-Ass, because it has the green and the yellow, but no, Fishman here had this mask first, and it doesn't really look like Kick-Ass. I mean, kind of does, but Fishman was a good luchador, and he lost his mask, unfortunately, against one of the other masks that maybe I might get, Máscara Sagrada. They had a tournament, and he gave one hell of a fight. I posted it. Did I post it on Facebook? I think I posted it on Facebook. But they gave a hell of a match, and in a show of respect, he's like, you know, you were my rival, you were my friend, you were a great luchador, Máscara Sagrada. Here's my mask, and he unmasked. And it's kind of hard to explain the importance of a luchador, especially a historic luchador that has like 20, 30 years of his career, suddenly having to unmask and lose his identity is something really, really important and devastating to see if you're a fan of the luchador. So yeah, unfortunately he's no longer with us. But fishman, great mask design and great wrestler. So sorry about that. So yeah, this is my complete mask luchador collection. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 masks. 17 masks. That's a lot. Oh boy, my wife's gonna kill me. Yes, she knows I buy masks, but I don't think she's seen them all together. I didn't think I had that many actually, but I have 17 masks, 17 luchador masks. So now I gotta have 3, because I don't like odd numbers. I like even numbers. So 20, I think, will be the goal. I want to get 20 masks, and then I'm done. Now, which masks should I get? Well, one of the masks that I was toying with the idea of getting is Atlantis. Atlantis has had a very legendary career as a luchador, and he has had masks between Máscara contra Máscara, Mask versus Mask, and Máscara contra Cabellera, Mask versus Hair. So Atlantis is one of the legendary luchadors that I would like to get. Even though I was never a big Atlantis fan, I respect his work. So I would like to get that mask if I ever come across it cheap. And the other one I would like to get, the other luchador I'm thinking I might get is Canek. I have to get Canek. Actually, before I get Atlantis, I have to get Canek. Because Canek is also a very, very legendary wrestler. And his claim to fame, and WWE will never mention this, but Canek fought Andre the Giant, and he actually lifted Andre the Giant and smashed him way before Hulk Hogan did. Before Hulk Hogan did that in WrestleMania 3, Canek grabbed Andre the Giant, and he's a Mexican luchador. He's a small guy, but he was a strong guy. So he grabbed Andre the Giant and slammed him before Hogan. But WWE will never mention that because it happened in a house show and it would destroy, you know, the legendness of Hogan versus Andre. But Canek did it first. So I would get Canek first, then Atlantis, and the last one I'll leave as a I don't know, I'll pick someone else up. But Canek is one of the other legendary wrestlers I want to get. Then Atlantis if I get him, cool. If not, cool. And then the last one I'll leave if I see a design that I might enjoy. But yeah, that's the future. Something that I might do, because seeing that I have 17 masks, well, 15, 14 if you really think about it, because I have Santo doubled, Blue Demon doubled, and Rey Mysterio doubled. So 14, I have 14. I can get one more mask, 15, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. But if I get 3 more and add 20, I'll apologize for that later. But that's the end game for this. Because like I said, if I start collecting masks for everyone, I'll own like 1,000 masks. There's 1,000 luchadors out there, all great talents. Like Super Muñeco is a great luchador. Who else? Oh crap, I forgot all of them. Octagon, I was never a big fan of Octagon, but his mask is kind of cool. Then Místico, Carístico, Místesis, it's basically the same design, except Carístico's mask is really cool because it's like a fusion of Sin Cara and Místico, so that one looks kind of cool. But yeah, if I name the luchadors, I'm going to be here for hours and hours, and I didn't want to make this video that long. So basically, to end this video, this was my mask collection. I love luchadors ever since I was a kid, and now that I'm a grown-up and have money to buy stuff, and I've thankfully found these masks cheap, and others I've gotten as presents. So yeah, yeah, if I can get those 3 masks, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. But thank you so much for watching this video of me sharing my Luchador mask collection. Sorry I go so long in these type of videos in the Tales from the Vargas Vault, because this is my opportunity to talk about something that I love, something that's a big part of my collection, of my life, of me, and that's Lucha Libre, and now the masks, because they're really cool. I mentioned this before, and not to add more time to this video, but wearing a mask, I can understand why people do it. Wearing a mask does, give you some sort of power. It's makes you feel pumped. It makes you feel like someone else. It's awesome. I can't describe it unless you actually, enjoy Lucha Libre or using masks. But thank you so much. Oh, one moment. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Tales from the Vargas Vault. This was your host, the Masked Marvel Vargas. Thanking you all, wishing you all a very nice day. Keep on watching, keep on doing what you love to do, and until I see you all again, this is Vargas from the Squared Circle in the Vargas Vault. Once again, thanking you and signing out.